Okay, so zoomed out there is the wife, ready to start throwing. And this is what I think is the greatest single marking drill of all time. So I don't know how to flip this video around, so I'm just gonna do this. If I'm not in the picture good, I'm not in the picture good. But this is called the Y marking drill, and some of you may know it. So the first bird, you can run it either direction, right? Left or right. And a lot of times we'll run it one way and then we run it the other way. So the first bird that comes in is an angle in. So it's like imagine a Y drawn on a piece of paper, okay? This is the first inside opening of that Y. So you throw an angle in bird first, okay? So the dog has to take an angle in. I'm running 2 dogs, so I'm gonna throw 2 angle ins. I'm gonna start, and then I'm gonna call the next dog. Let the other dog sit at honor and think about it. Okay, then the next single mark is going to be the tail of the Y, the bottom of the Y. It's going to be straight out from the gunner. The dog needs to pin that mark, okay? Then I'm going to rethrow the last part of the Y, right? So I already had an angle in, now it's an angle back. The beauty of this drill is the dog angle in, wipes it out, goes back over to that side of the gunner, and then has to, and this teaches the dog not to switch, not to hunt short, has to run through the scent and the old fall in line and get the far bird. And even though it's an in-line mark because there's not 2 of them, I start the dogs marking on this right away. And if they haven't marked it a couple days before I ever put anything in a winger or do multi-guns, we come right back to this. And again, I consider it success from a marking standpoint, or keeping up marking, to run the Y marking drill 3 times a week. If that's all we can do, and I so like this drill, and it so made some of my dogs great markers, that I taught place. So I would run this drill only 25 yards out from them and put a white bucket or a holding blind and call it place. And I'd instead of send the dog on back, I'd send them to place and cast them if they couldn't figure it out, all the way to the holding blind and send them, and then I tell them place and I throw it again. That way I could run this drill by myself. And when I'm by myself, so I could be out in the field, I can throw one piece of it, the dog goes and gets it, I call the dog to me to pick it up, I say place, they run back to the bucket I have in the field. That way I can run it by myself and be out in the field and throw for them, and they have the responsibility of sitting and then coming when I call them and marking it. So it's a drill you can run by yourself once you teach the place method, so that you can send a dog back off to the starting point with the white bucket. But if you have a gunner, this is the best drill period. And so the other thing is, if you have a gunner, you can run the Y marking drill and you can put it into a double, right? They can throw the angle in, you could throw one from the line, you can line throw and do a double on that stuff. But I can't stress enough that, like, you can't do enough single marks. you can't do enough single marks. That's the key to great marking, is not doubles and triples, because that's head swinging. It's single marks, and this Y marking drill is my favorite marking drill. Like, it's something that can be done every day. It's like the push-ups of working out. So I'm gonna go ahead. She's hiding on the tree because of the wind and rain. I'm gonna do this, and I'll show it to you with the dogs here. And I'm gonna just run dog continuously. Normally, again, for the sake of the video, normally I would run one leg of it, sit a dog, bring the next dog up, run one leg of it, and have transition time in between. But I'm just gonna run it as if I only had one dog, for the sake of the video, so you can see how it works right away. So we're going to use Bella first, and then if you want to watch it a second time with Brody, you can. If you want to get another look at it, I'm going to tell him honor, Brody, honor, sit, honor, and we'll run Bella. Okay, Trish. So looks like I got something on the screen here. There we go. Wipe it off. Yep, this way. Inside leg of the Y first here. Bella. So that's what you want. You want to check down on that angle in. You don't want to get into big hunts on that go bird. And the first time you run this, you're going to get into a big hunt on an angle in go bird, most likely, and that's okay. So that's, you run this and they start learning to pin stuff, and that's what you want. Heel, heel. Okay, one bird. Come on, here, one bird. Heel, sit, mark. This is the straight over. Bella. So the straight over in particular, that dog should pin. I say that, now she's gonna cause problems, but you want that dog stepping on that mark just like that. And that's why you run singles. You wanna teach that confidence. I know exactly where that bird fell. So here's the money bird. You almost do these other two birds with the expectation the dog's gonna pin it if they've been marking a lot. And this is the bird that where all the training and all the payoff is. Get in here, come on. There you go. P for the camera. All right, come on. Let's go. Let's be business. Good. Here, heel. All right. So here's the payoff bird. This should be an angle back on the Y. So pretty much in line with that last one. Way out. Bella! Driver with my voice. So what I'm looking for is, does she hesitate right here? Nope. She can slow down and start using her nose, but I don't want to see that I don't want to see that head go down at that old mark at all. Right? Now, when you're first starting this and if you have a really experienced gunner out there, that's really nice. That dog hesitates or they start setting up a short hunt, you throw another mark when they're younger. You just throw another mark while they're on the way. And I don't mean like you let the dog actually do a circle. I mean that dog slows down, puts his head down, boom, you throw another mark. Here, sit. So that is the Y marking drill. And I honestly, to me, that's the best possible marking drill you can do with a dog. You would just flip it and then run it the other way, right? So angle in on the left side, right straight out, angle back on the right side, and then once I do about six marks of that with each dog, okay, then I might go to some kind of marking drill I want to do. If I want to do inline or 2 down the shore, 2 down the fence line, whatever, different angles, do my doubles or triples, but that is the excellent warm-up marking drill, and it can be what you do. I mean, when the dog is young, like when Brody was young for marking, and I got him at 10 months, so he wasn't super young, but when he was like a year old, like I would do that Y marking drill at 4 different stations. He'd see 12 marks of those Y marking drills, two going each type of direction in different locations, and then 2 with the Y on the right, 2 with the Y on the left, and the marking just dramatically improves when you do that. So that's my favorite marking drill of all time.